Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 9, Better Late Than Ugly. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, listen, I know that some people are not getting their notifications. Try clicking the bell and then unclicking it and then clicking it again. Okay, and when you turn on the notifications, make sure you hit all instead of personalized so that y'all don't have to search for me, okay? Because the people is getting lost, honey, and I want y'all to get into it with me. And speaking of getting into it, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, Drew is at home with the kids. You know, they're showing like a little montage of the ladies. Drew's at home with the kids, Candy picking out clothes for something. Sheree is getting acupuncture. So when the episode opens up, Sheree is getting acupuncture to help with fibroids. She's trying to choose a more holistic approach versus getting the surgery. She also brought her sister, Mary, along with her. I said, I had no idea that Sheree had a sister. Now, let me tell you something. I have watched every single episode of every single season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I never knew that Sheree had a sister. Maybe I missed it. Now, there's another She by Sheree in the family. That family has some beautiful genes. Do y'all hear me? I said, okay, Sister Mary. So anywho, in the next scene, Marlo was at home with her friend telling her about her date. She's like, girl, he picked out these cute flowers. And then he had enough nerve to send me a good morning text. Girl, I can't believe it, girl. Not a good morning text. Child, let's not get all giddy over that good morning text, okay? Because they send those in volume. Do you hear me? It's like an assembly line. And you get a text, and you get a text, and you get a text. They very much be on their Oprah. They very much be on their Oprah, but honey, if you like it, I love it. It's just, I'm just happy to see you smile, child, and stay out the mess. Moving forward. In the next scene, Sonya's at home, and she's telling us that Mommy Nation is hosting their very first Mommy Nation brunch / auction. So there's a lady that supports homeless children, and she gets them lunch and things like that. So Sanya wants to support the moms by doing this auction so that she can raise money for them to potentially have a place to stay. She wants to support the moms. So then she's in there, you know, they're talking about it, they're getting ready, right? So she tells her best friend, Michael, she's like, girl, why the auctioneer got the beer virus? Okay, so the auctioneer is sick, so she can't do it. So her friend was like, girl, that's cool. We'll just get Kenya to do it. She said, my friend Kenya, the one who just decided to be my friend. I mean, she kind of decided to be your friend, child. The jury is still out, okay? She was like, not her. Oh, girl, honey. But she went along with it. She was like, girl, yes, we need somebody that's not going to be afraid to ask for the money. Now, I have to say this. Kenya is perfect for that position. When it comes to somebody with no shame, that's really going to give it to him straight, no chaser, that is Kenya Summer Moore. So, honey, go on, call Kenya so she can get them coins. In the next scene, Kenya is doing a promo commercial for Kenya Moore Hair Care. Y'all remember when she bust up in Marlo's wig launch party, honey, with the Kenya Moore Hair Care drum line of it all. So she's doing a commercial, and she's going to use the choreography that Monyetta came up with when she was supposed to go down to Alabama. Was it Alabama? Child, it was somewhere. Yeah, it was Alabama because I think Sheree said she was going to see Hotel. She was supposed to go down there to Alabama and do this choreography, but she was not able to do it because remember, she got sick. So she wants to use it in the commercial. So Brooklyn came in. She did her thing in her little majorette outfit, looking just as cute as she want to look. That Brooklyn knows she cute and happy, ain't she? So while Kenya is twirling and being gone with the wind fabulous, honey, her boo, Roy, shows up. Kenya, Roy's kind of fine. I said, look at Roy. So anywho, Monyetta was off to the side texting Roy to come up on the scene. But this is my thing. Why does Monyetta always have to prompt this man? Sir, show up for Kenya on your own. You know how the people like to talk. So Roy showed up with food. And child, now Kenya done introduced Brooklyn. It might be serious, y'all. What y'all think? You know, she don't play about Brooklyn. So the fact that Brooklyn knows him, that says something to me. He's asking her, he's like, what is this commercial for? Here go Kenya. It's like this really famous chant, and it's Kenya Moore Hair Care. And so we're doing a commercial for that. said, Kenya gonna hype herself up if she don't do nothing else. And I am here for it. Because if you don't judge your own self up, who gonna do it? I know that's right, Kenya. Kenya said, it's a really famous chant. Girl, get into it, honey. So anywho, after she told him that, Roy slides on out the side, child. And Sanya slides on in with a FaceTime. So she was asking Kenya if she'd be able to do the auctioneer position because the other person was sick. She was like, yeah, girl, I'll do it. Girl, you better be glad her boo stopped by with some food, honey. So she was in a good mood, because otherwise she would have been like, girl, what? Why are you calling me? But Kenya did say that she feels like Sanya is a good person. And I thought that was good. I was like, okay, we making progress. We are making progress. In the next scene, Drew is at home with her mom and her sister, and they start talking about the video shoot that Drew did and how she's managing herself and how it's just so much going on. So her sister is telling her that she needs to make sure that she takes breaks and takes time for herself, because she never used to do that. She didn't even go on vacation, and Drew knows that. So Drew is telling us in the confessional that Allison was doing big things in the industry. She was a writer for Rock, Amen, Martin, amongst other shows. She was a part of Johnny Carson. And let me tell you something. Those used to be, and still are, my shows. If they come out at any given time, I am going to watch. And Rock really was underrated. It really was. Rock was a good show. And people did not give them their flowers. They really did not. So the fact that she wrote for Amen, which used to be my show in the 80s, honey, Rock and Martin, baby, there ain't nothing you can tell me about Martin. Because that right there alone, your sister is in my top 10, honey. She is. She said that, she was like her momager / sister. Sister has a stellar resume. So then her sister started talking, and she was telling Drew that after she was in this abusive relationship, when she was 22, she became depressed. She had severe anxiety, and, she just really was having a hard time. She was really battling some things, but she was happy that Drew let her come and let her visit her, because she feels like that's a vacation for her, because she's never been on one. So Drew was letting us know that during the panini, due to the isolation, her sister had a mental breakdown. And let me just say this, that quarantine, that really weighed heavily on people. A lot of people cannot be alone with their own thoughts. They cannot. So the fact that, her sister is able to come out of that on the other side, and she's still working toward that, that's a big deal, because a lot of people are unable to say that. It's a lot of people that didn't make it. So I thought that was very brave of her to share that. So then she was admitted to the mental facility a second time. And I was just thinking, it ain't no way that Ralph would have sanctioned my sister, knowing dang on well that she needed me and she wasn't spitting nothing but facts. You're mad because she saw straight through you. You're the character that she wrote about in those shows, and you already knew what time it was. That's why you didn't want her in your mix. And the fact that she is sitting here broken and happy that her sister is now coming back around really pisses me off, because Ralph, you know better than that. And Drew, this is your sister. Girl. So Drew said, she's 20 years older than she is, so she never knew that her sister was dealing with all those things. And I just have to say, I'm very happy for her and her sister, and I'm happy they were able to reunite. I did love this scene, because in this setting, it didn't seem like Drew was acting. You know how she gets when she gets with Ralph. It seems like and scene, action. Like it's always giving fake, fabricated. It's giving some BS. But this right here was a beautiful, transparent, vulnerable moment. And I hope her and her sister will be able to heal, especially her sister, because I know that's got to be hard. And to tell all of us your business, and you know how people like to use it against you in the court of reality television. So I am so happy that the two of them came together. Baby, now in the next scene, Sheree is getting the OG heifers together. So Sheree shows up first. Lisa shows up, giving them a little mid-drift. I said, okay, Lisa. Deshawn shows up with this cute little cut. Hey, Deshawn. Deshawn looks awesome. She really looks good. And you know what? This is the perfect episode for Deshawn to show up, when it's an episode about charity. Y'all remember when Deshawn was putting on that charity event and she wanted to raise all that money and they was playing in her face? I ain't gonna never forget it, honey. Poor Deshawn didn't raise not now piece of a dime. Side note, Sheree, what in the Powerpuff Girls is going on with your damn face? You were beautiful before. Leave that face alone, okay? You starting to look in these funhouse mirrors and thinking something is wrong with you when it's not. Don't touch nothing else, okay? Not nothing. Okay, leave it alone. There's nothing wrong with you. There was nothing wrong with your face. Oh, child. I mean, I know you have to be happy with what you see when you look in the mirror, but Sheree, there was nothing wrong with you. I looked at that scene. I said, now what happened now? Oh, child, now. Moving forward. Baby, then Wig showed up. Hey, Wig. Kim Zolciak, that is, honey, showed up dressed like Olivia Newton-John in Grease. I was like, girl, what is happening now? When I see Kim coming out in that little suit, I said, Olivia, give it to him, honey. Now, all the heifers are here, but I'm going to tell y'all right now, because y'all know how I feel. This scene ain't a scene without the Lanithia Leaks. Now, I already know what happened between, Lanithia and the network, and nobody knew you until you knew me. I already know all of that, but I just feel like this just ain't right. This just ain't it. Okay, that is the missing piece to this scene and to this puzzle. Like, I just really wish that she could have made an appearance. Though I know she can't, but I just wish that she could have. Because the scene just wasn't seen without Nene. So, anywho, Lisa was like, yeah, so we're talking about all these things. Because they sit down and they start talking because now Wig is in tow. And they were like, yeah, we should go on a girls trip. Here go Kim. I'm not going on any effing girls trip. Sheree gonna say, well, I'm taking the girls to Portugal because I want to, go and see about my holistic journey with my fibroids. And of course you would say, no, Kim. See, this is why I would never want Kim back on my screen. Because like I said, and people keep acting like they don't remember, Kim feels like she has privilege and she never likes to partake in the events. She has never, and I mean never, gone on a cast trip. They go on a cast trip and then Sheree reports back to Kim. It don't work like that. You either go on the trip or you're out. Girl, goodbye. So Kim goes, well, I mean, who's all coming on the trip? So Sheree was naming the girls and she named Kenya. Here go Kim. Oh, she's still alive? Oh, yes, ma'am. Alive and living well. She's alive and well, unlike you, Kimmy. Okay? And don't think we ain't seen it all up and through the tabloids. So then they asked her about Croy, and she was like, well, I mean, we're doing well. 11 years. It's been 11 years. We're doing great. Well, that didn't age well. I mean, but I did hear y'all got back on track. Y'all went to church and whatnot, and now y'all working things out. Praise the Lord. But, girl, you were speaking a little bit too soon up and through here. That's how I knew it was a plot and a scheme that Tar set up. Shout out to Tar. I knew it was a plot and a scheme that you and Croy set up to get back on this screen, and I don't want it. I don't want to see y'all. I really could care less what y'all got going on. Pack up all them kids in that RV. You and Big Booty Croy go find another network to hang out on because I don't want to see it. Okay? I am not a Kim Zolciak fan. No, I am not. Moving forward. So, of course, Lisa going to ask the burning questions, honey. So she was like, girl, well, they saying your house in foreclosure and whatnot. Of course, Kim lied, talking about, you think I'm going to listen to them? That's a blog on Instagram. You think I can't pay $200,000? No, we don't think you can pay $200,000. And Target want their money as well. Okay? They want you to send their funds certified. Listen, Lisa, this is the straightforwardness that we need. Y'all need to bring Lisa Wu back at least to hang around with Sheree. Because I feel like Lisa can add something. Last time she came, she got into it with Sanya, honey. She'll give like a little bit of a spark. She ain't going to bring much. But I'd rather have her than Kim or Deshaun. Deshaun, no shade, honey. I just feel like, girl, it's giving nothing. So then Sheree was like, well, I didn't tell y'all that I'm a grandma. Here go Kim. Do you like the baby mama? Baby mama? You mean the child's mother? And how do you know they ain't married? You know what? Kim just says things that rub me wrong, honey. It's always a microaggression tucked away. I don't like that. Do you get along with the baby mama? Now, I don't know if that rubbed anybody else wrong, but it rubbed me wrong. I didn't like it. So Sheree tells us that, Lisa and Deshaun got a divorce right after the show aired, season 1, which I knew. And baby, Deshaun ex did a fool. Do y'all hear me? Now, I don't know if y'all were keeping up back then, baby. That's when I used to be on SandraRose.com. I used to be on Media Takeout. I was buying In Touch Weekly for 99 cents. I think it was $1.99. And baby, Deshaun's ex, see, I didn't suspect it that season that they were on there. That season 1, baby, Deshaun ex really acted up. He really acted up, child. And if y'all don't know, hop on the Google and y'all will figure it out. So then they started talking about dating and Sheree talking about hotel. He's really a great guy. He just gets he's a bad guy. Sheree, Hotel is not a great guy. Any man that does the things that he does to the mother of his children is not a great guy. Now, he might be all right, but he ain't no great guy. I said what I said and I ain't changing it. So after they talk about that, then for some reason, Kim brings up Candy. She's like, yeah, I seen Candy at Portia's wedding and she came up and hugged me. Sheree said, oh, okay, so cool. Y'all squashed the beef. Well, just because I hugged her effing neck don't mean that we squashed a girl. Listen here. You looking to extend this 15-minute segment that you got on this scene right here. That lady ain't thinking about you at all. Now, the end of this scene is the end of this scene, but all I got from this is that Kim is still a mess, Sheree is still clueless, Deshaun is still cute and mute, and Lisa Wu went from being the fireball to drinking fireball, honey, because she be loose as a goose. Moving forward. In the next scene, it's the day of Sonyas Brunch, and she's getting all her glam done, and so her friend comes over to tell her what's going on with the event and how everything is in place, and so her sister is curling her hair, right? Well, that sister gonna have an attitude if she don't do nothing else. But she's not happy because she is playing several different roles and Sanya is so unorganized and always just gives her things to do. And she doesn't realize that she has her own family. She has to be everywhere all at once. So she's like, girl, I have to do all of this. I don't know when you're supposed to be here. I have 2 children and I'm married. So she wants Sanya to give her some grace because she's trying to be everywhere all at once. So if she has an attitude, you need to overlook it sometime. Sanya did apologize to her and she started crying. She started getting very emotional because she understood. Now, I'm going to have to say this. This is the one time that I understand her attitude because Sanya is very selfish with other people's time. And she's also being very selfish in this moment. Now, she did apologize, but, she has her family and she's still there for you. She's still right there curling your hair, whether she has an attitude or not. And it is truly a blessing to have a sister willing to be apart. I mean, I guess I understand her a little bit more now. I know some people are like, oh, her sister always got an attitude. In this instance, I feel like her sister has a right to have an attitude. Sanya, you need to get it together. Okay, I mean, you did feel bad about it, but you need to outsource some help and let family be family so that you and your sister can keep your relationship. Because pretty soon, her attitude going to turn into, I don't want to be bothered. Her husband and I already quit, y'all. So the Mommy Nation brunch is about to start. Side note, okay, because I have to just say this. Sonya's mom really deserves her flowers. Baby, that woman is stunning, okay? We're going to have to give Sonya mama her flowers. So anywho, that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. So the ladies are starting to arrive. Hey, Courtney, girl, you back in here again? Sheree arrives, Marlo, Moneta, still no sign of Kenya. So Sanya calls her to figure out where she at. Now, Kenya, you would have a dang on fit. You know good and well you will fall out if Sanya were late and she promised to be the auctioneer. And when she showed up, you would still have that same attitude. Now, listen, I know that, people have their faves and everything, but we have to call a spade a spade. And Kenya we can take it back. It tracks. Kenya gets upset if people are late. Let's take it back to the bus ride to Savannah. Kenya was the first person to arrive. Nene told everybody to be there at 11 a.m. Candy went to get a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Phaedra was pumping her breasts because she was breastfeeding. Cynthia, child, ain't no telling what she was doing, honey. Her wig was too tight that week. And everybody was late. Kenya was on time. Kenya had a problem with it. So Kenya, now is the time for you to be on time. Because you would have had a fit. So she's on the phone with Sanya telling her that, she doesn't want to be separated from her +1, which is Akila. She's like, I didn't think I was going to have to sit, away from my +1. Like, what's really going on? Sanya says she was going to figure it out. Ma'am, we can figure this out when you get here. Now, Sanya going to do whatever she has to do to make you happy. So just get here, okay? Just get here quickly. So at the table, while they're killing time, Marlo is telling people about this date. Girl, we don't give a damn. Candy finally arrives. They gave Candy the 69 auction paddle, honey. It's a whole fool. There's so much going on. Candy comes to the table and she's talking to Moneta about her having a concert last night and how they have one the night of this auction. So Sanya goes, oh, she came to my event. It's looking like I'm her fave. Girl, she had to shoot a scene, honey. So she showed up. So Sanya is sitting there like on pins and needles because she's like, I need to get my event started. I'm going to go and do it because I don't know where Kenya is, so I'll just be the auctioneer. So after waiting for over an hour, Sanya decides she gonna go ahead and start. She goes up there to tell them about the organization and how, as a homeless mom, she cannot imagine what it's like having children and not having a place for them to live and no shelter for them. So she really wants to support the moms. So in the middle of her speaking her speech, Kenya arrives. Girl, what are you wearing? Now, when Kenya was in her confessional, she gonna say, better late than ugly. Well, girl, I guess you were talking about your face and not that dress, honey, because that dress is hideous. Okay? It's hideous. And it's very rude to arrive this late when you're on the program, as they say in the black church. Girl, you're on the program. You are on the program, honey. You're supposed to show up on time. Girl, what is wrong with you? So Sanya goes up there to give out her first mommy award, and it's for Sheree. So Cairo showed up to present it to Sheree. I thought the focus was helping moms in need that are without shelter. How did this turn into an award ceremony? Anyway, after the unnecessary award, it's time for Kenya to go up and be the auctioneer. And so Sanya is telling her, look, we need to raise $50,000. This is what you need to say. This is what you need to do. This is what we need to raise. So Kenya looking at her like, $50,000? Girl, say less. So Kenya gets up there and she's like, we're raising $100,000 because it's $50,000 at that table alone. Honey, I know that's right. Make the ladies reach in their pocketbooks to help these families. Because you know what? If I had the money, I would definitely do something like that. I would definitely make sure that it's a way that I could make a difference. And so they have it. And so to help and to partner up with Sanya and Mommy Nation and to be able to help these ladies that are homeless, just imagine the sheer joy of being able to provide your kids with a place to stay. So yeah, make the helpers reach in their pocketbooks, honey. Some people felt like, why are you trying to run their money and tell them what to spend? They got it. If you ain't got it, you ain't gonna give it. So Kenya got the people to donate, and Sanya ended up raising $78,000. Okay, you helped Sanya raise $78,000, honey. Shout out to Nene. I have to say this, I'm so happy for these ladies, and I got goosebumps when I heard that $78,000 because it's going to mean a lot to those mamas. It really is, and I'm happy everybody was able to come together for a cause. This is what I like to see. It wasn't no fussing. It wasn't no fighting. Everybody was able to sit at the table together. Nobody took their wigs off. Nobody stood up. Nobody was talking about unnecessary BS. Kenya, great job. I'm glad you pulled through. Even though you was late, that wasn't cool. But they got the right woman on the job because Kenya got the money, honey. And that was the end of the episode. Now, listen, I think this was just a little filler because they're getting to the season and they did the mid-season trailer. So I think this was just a little filler. It really gave absolutely nothing. The OG scene fell flat. I wanted to feel the nostalgia, but without all of them together, it gave me nothing. And that's just that on that. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.